Okay. So, let's talk about manifestation first. Did you all know that the human body has multiple brains? The human body has multiple brains. So think about that while I pull up a cool video. The universe is a living being. We are its thing and it's evolving. That is true. That is very, very true. That's very true. So I have a cool video that I would like to play for you guys, and we can do a react to this if y'all are down for that. Yeah, the mind. That's right. You have the brain here, and then you have the intestine. That's exactly right. I'm glad you were paying attention to the last podcast, because the intestine, they have figured out, is like a positive, negative, positive. It's like a battery. It's a fuel cell. So I want to show you all this because this is absolutely fascinating. So watch this with me, okay? Y'all are going to love this.
Discovered that we have a second brain. Human is a very important bio battery that can be charged, can store and get energy.
Here, I'll put it over here for you guys, and I'll sit over here. How's this? Is this better?
Smoke.
There we go.
To stimulate the body. We fool the body to give us energy. People are success because they know how to focus and concentrate their energy. When people are not success, the mind go one way, the eye go one way, the heart go one way. So energy very scattered and you lose energy.
And what he's talking about is actually the same thing Eastern medicine is. Yes, absolutely. 100% based on the Tao Te Ching or Tao Te Ching, man. It's the Dantian and the Tantian. It's your spine. It's the activation of Qigong energy, yin and yang. That's so true, man. That is so true. And like, I've been studying Qigong ever since I was like 10. That was part of the meditation that I picked up and everything too. So I have always known inside of me that like the kung fu movies you see where the masters just go bam and just bust through fucking wood panels and stuff, you know, that's real. You can do that because I've done it. I have done it. Breaking center blocks, like, that's real. It's real stuff.
73 years old. You don't get sick, do you?
No, a long time.
It's real.
Qi is the energy. In Chinese, we call Qi. In India, we call prana. In many systems, they have different name for that.
What do the West call it? What do the Americans call it?
We call energy.
Energy.
We call electromagnetic power.
Electromagnetism, that's what they call it in the Western world. It's believed that all of our brains, when we meditate, the CIA confirmed this. So you can go around now and tell your friends that the CIA has confirmed this information. And not only that, whenever they call you tinfoil hat, just be like, did you know that the CIA and the FBI also developed tools and technology that sends direct voice to head technology? That's real. That's real. There is no such thing as tinfoil hat anymore. Okay?
We are electrical man. We have electricity inside us. We need that electricity to run our life. We have bioelectromagnetic energy, but we never focus it. The first step, you focus. And now when you focus, you have a lot of energy.
So the first step to tap into your energy, he said, is to focus. And that is what comes from meditation. That's why I'm teaching you all transcendental meditation and the box breathing, because in order to hit what the CIA calls focus state, you have to stop all out here. That's why the Bible says when Jesus said, when the external light's turned off, the internal light turns on. That's what this is talking about. Your energy, your chi, your spirit, your inner sun, your inner soul.
Immediately. So the doubt is,
and it turns on like that. This isn't something that takes a process. I mean, as soon as you tap into it, it's just there, you know?
When you focus, you have a lot of energy immediately. So the Tao discovered that for 1,000 years, at least written down and tapped on the wall, 2,500 years that...
I will, Dimensional Traveler, thank you. I'm looking for more books.
Abdominal area.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you cannot store energy in the brain. You cannot store energy in the heart. Human is a very important bio battery that can be charged. Can charge, can store, and get energy. And that is abdominal. So the Westerner discovered that intestinal here, The structure of intestinal is like a battery, negative, positive, negative, positive.
Yep.
It can charge energy. They discovered that, but they never go on what to do with it. Scientists, they discover the second brain there 100 years ago.
All right, so let me point something out really fast, and I'm so glad that I told this to a couple of friends of mine last night and got confirmation that my intuition is true here. Men have an easier time associating ourselves with logical, mathematical, statistical fact because we are going based on programming that is a series of successful trial and errors, while women focus on an emotional attachment. So they are more apt to focus on the probability of something going wrong rather than understanding that even if something is 1 in 10 million, if the math is correct, the science is correct, you've double-checked your triple checks, you can still have faith that it will work, even if it's 1 in 10 million. That's a man's brain. So it's only natural for when you get in the natural balance of your yin and yang, of your chi, okay, for you to be able to weigh the pros and cons and consequences of your actions against fellow mankind, and you are able to weigh, you know, the math, okay, understanding that your trial and error is correct. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate that. And I'm here to answer any question. So I love input from this, okay? I love input.
Until now, they still don't know what to do.
Which is why females talk with their gut instinct. Okay, their gut instinct. And even kids have a gut instinct. And you're supposed to combine the gut instinct with the brain instinct to create the heart center, which is judging and living from a place of love. Not judging, I'm sorry. It's responding from a place of complete unconditional love. Even if it's negative, everything leads back to love.
But now, they just after 100 years, they have a breakthrough. Now
exactly.
They discover that we have another organ.
Exactly, dimensional.
They call them mesentery. This organ actually controls all the digestion, absorption, and elimination. So they have one like conductor. It's a big organ, covered the spleen, the stomach, the pancreas, the liver, the small intestine, the large intestine. They cover them and they dilate them. Now I understand that, this is what the Tao always talk about this.
Yep.
The center of these new organs is in the center of the navel. Right here. Right in here.
Okay.
Actually about this big. Okay. Big organ. But they are on the back, cover all the digestion. Because you see, digestion you have liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, spleen also part of the Tao believe that. And this big, and including the stomach, they are doing so many jobs in digestion.
Yep.
And everybody doing different jobs.
Excuse me.
If you don't have a director, control them like the brain. So the British scientists discovered that we have a second brain.
Yep.
And this second brain, amazing.
There's actually 3 brains.
They're conducting everything.
I'll explain that in a minute.
And the Tao discovered that if you keep this second brain here warm, and this also a battery can store energy. People are draining their energy.
All right, so that's a really, really good point. So what he's talking about how you can store energy, that is the same thing that this book, The Secret, talks about, where you meditate and you bring your point of focus not only to your third eye, but to the activation of your solar plexus, your intuition chakra. Okay, so I don't know if y'all noticed, but I chose blue and gold tonight for truth chakra and intuition chakra. I chose those two colors special tonight. So that because we're talking about manifestation, because it is the combination of your inner divine truth with your inner divine intuition, okay? And through that creates the heart center, the green. Blue and yellow makes green. Did you know? You know that on the color spectrum. It makes sense. So the combination of your throat chakra and your intuition chakra come together to make the green heart chakra color. Logic. In that essence, you use the meditation techniques, the box breathing, all of that to store energy. You are an energy receiver and transducer, which means that you only can manifest things from the stored amount of energy that you have. That is called your capacitance. All right, the amount of energetic output that you can produce is called your capacitance, and how quickly you can charge. That's your recharge rate. That really, really matters. If we are bio batteries, it makes sense that you have to charge your bio battery to manifest through manifestation, which is to literally unplug the outside world from the inside world and to let all of the inside world heal itself real quick. Okay? And that's what meditation does. That's why I keep calling them quantum leaps outside of time. It's like going into your own hyperbolic time chamber, man. This stuff is so important.
Also, a battery can store energy. People are draining their energy. So all what we do now, all the people now.
And that's what this whole system is built around, is draining our energy from everything we do to everything we touch. That's why the Bible says stuff like, you know, don't abandon your physical body because you need your physical body in order to enhance your spiritual body, but you got to have one foot in the mental world and one foot in the physical world. Okay, you have to be balanced. Just like Dimensional Traveler said, it's all about a balance of the yin and yang.
Now is exhausted.
Okay.
Because the battery, the bio battery run out.
Okay.
Like your mobile telephone, when your battery don't charge, no use.
Yep.
Okay,
Right.
so we're not charging up our
And when your mobile battery gets really low, below 5%, certain features of it turn off. That's like a red flag indicator that you, the body, are tired, when you can't think straight, when you're not hungry, stuff like that. There's something mentally going on. Drink water, get a nap, stuff like that. See, these are all indicators when you start to understand your body is like a finely tuned microchip, and there are signals you can interpret as, oh shit, I need X, Y, or Z.
which is where our Tao is.
That's why I'm here, y'all.
And we're
And
using
this
our
is-
stomach really to just consume things.
Right. But now we know that this is more than just digestion.
Okay.
They can remember, they can store. So now
Water memory.
the Tao talk about this one store emotional, negative and positive.
Stores emotions.
Yes. Now the West know that love in the heart, right?
That is why a society was created with which to put so much stress on us that cancer would become a thing in your stomach, because it is your battery. Are you starting to see how the puzzle pieces fit together, y'all? And why my TikTok got permanently banned?
Right.
And what happened to other organ? Yes. So love, joy, happy in the heart, but also hatred, impatience, hastiness is in the heart.
Okay.
So the negative, positive, now you have to find balance. Some of them is too extreme. When too extreme, you hate people, and kill people.
Thank you, Dimensional Traveler. He says, very cool topic. People as a whole need to be aware of this. You're doing great work by providing an accessible source and a voice for the source of messages. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Dude, thank you. That means much, much more than I want you to initially think it does. It means a lot more to me than you know.
Love and hate have to be fire balance. So no negative and no sin and no evil or goodness, because you have to find balance. Everything in the world have to find balance.
Oh, he's a she. Thank you.
So the heart has those emotions.
Yeah, and the liver have
Right.
angry, jealousy.
Thank you,
envy,
graceful female.
frustration. It's a lot of emotional.
How do we know
responses.
that's in the liver? How do we know
Because
that?
the Tao already taught this for 1,000 years.
So we
But
trust
if
them?
we know,
Western science is catching up to what all of these teachings have been teaching us for thousands of years, from Buddhism with chakras to the Tao Te Ching. Yeah. Thank you, professional lady. How's that? So I just think that it's truly interesting that Western medicine and science and stuff are finally starting to catch up. Science meets spirituality. That's what the next stage is, man.
the heart store love, and why not the other organs?
I don't know. We always say heart. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know how we know. Just like you say, trust your gut.
Yes.
I don't know where that came from. I guess because we
But
feel
this
it.
is important.
Yeah.
When people shout at you, boom, you feel like something hitting you.
In your stomach, yeah.
Because the liver actually take the angry
Zena,
and store in
perfect.
here.
Okay.
Thank you, Zena.
So that's why the Tao say, hey, if you don't clean out this one, you cannot clean out from the brain.
Right. Okay.
The brain, people think that everything emotional is the brain. No. Negative emotional, like record down in the organs.
What he's trying to say here, I believe, is that your default state of programming that you, the human being, are is stored in the brain. So if you are like most human beings that have been conditioned to where pain and discomfort of keeping your mouth shut, allowing other people to run all over you, stuff like that, getting bullied, if that is your default state of being, all right, this is what he is talking about here. That's in the brain. That's your pre-recorded programming. That's in the brain.
Emotional like recording.
So as a programmer, we call those methods. A method is something that a class can do. A class is a noun. It is a thing. I am a people. I am a human being. That is the class of human being. Now, a peoples, right? A person walks. That is a method. Call walk. Call run. Call eat. Call sleep. Those are all methods of things that we do, right? A dog is a class, but a dog barks. So that is a method that the dog does. Everything is programming, right? It's all stored in your brain. Jake says, if you look at medical treatments that were coming out in the late 40s and 50s, they knew this then, but the corporations took over. That is so true, my man. That is so true. And what I'm trying to do with my page is not to become a 5 on the radar. I am just trying to build my own community of awakened people, which is why I call out to you for your calls of action. You know, don't forget to like this video. If you're new to my channel, please sub. You know what to do. I love you, and I'm so grateful for the things that we get to do. And I'm going to keep doing them as long as I can. So here we go. Let's keep going.
Record down in the organs, organ by organ. Like kidney, now the West discovered that also that fear in the kidney.
All right, so we have to start paying more attention to our bodies.
Yes.
And not just our biceps and our other things, like the internal parts.
Right. Internal, my master told me, said, if you take care of your 5 major organs, the 5 major organs strong, it can take care of a million problems.
No medicine.
Right.
You won't need medicine.
That's the first step, recognizing these organs are important.
You won't need medicine.
What's the next step in the Master Chia process?
For me, you know, it's good to be just do some simple exercise in the sitting position.
Yoga.
Because when we have the fluid
martial
inside,
arts.
and everything is a fluid floating.
Jogging.
So the first step in the Tao say, hey, the first step, we have the spinal cord fluid floating in the spine.
Okay.
Low.
And when we sit on the pump. So that we have the second pump and cranial pump.
Okay.
So that is the major part.
Okay.
So a very simple exercise, we say, moving the spinal cord fluid and the brain fluid.
Okay.
So what we do, we inhale, we go like this. We inhale, you expand your chest.
Okay.
You expand your stomach, and your neck go like this. Okay, your chin go back.
Oh, okay.
And now when you exhale, you curve down.
And
so
you curl.
Curve everything down. Inhale.
You are literally pumping this Dantian and Tantian right now. You are literally pumping your Dantian and Tantian right now. That is what's happening. It's a physical process. Exhalation, throw that head back, throwing that spinal column back, and then you inhale, you exhale, and you crunch it all down and push it down. If that was a real donation, that would change my life right now. But thank you for the idea, and thank you for the love either way. I appreciate you, friend. But this is a really amazing exercise, okay? This is, along with other exercises like the fire breath, which is which you have to be careful with breath practice because that shit can hurt you, okay? What happens to our chakras when we are sad? They close off, man. And then what happens is the dissonance that causes, everything trying to happen to you. Well, I love you, George Pick. You are awesome either way because, like I said, just the idea that can happen is awesome. I love you, friend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for just being here. Thank you. When you are sad, you are reversing, right? Okay, so here's a good metaphor for this, Lewis. I know you saw Dragon Ball Super, right? In Dragon Ball Super, when Vegeta and Goku are training with Whis talks to them about how when they used to power up, they would expend all of their energy out. And Whis taught them that the proper way to power up is to and internalize it. project that energy inward. So when you are sad, you are just bleeding, hemorrhaging energy out. It's giving me goosebumps. But when you are sad, you are just hemorrhaging energy. And that's why it's so hard to get out of that negative spiral. But when you are positive, when you are in that moment of sadness and you just take the moment to say, oh shit, I am sad. Let me just do the box breathing. Pour in, hold it for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold it for 4. Do that 4 or 5 times. That's the Dantian pump that we're talking about here. You are literally physically pumping good chi into your brain. And I am so sorry to hear about your hamster. I'm so sorry to hear about your hamster. Yeah, I'm building my chakras up at the moment after the passing of my grandpa. I've been doing box. Dude, that's awesome, Lewis. I'm so proud of you, friend. I am so proud of you, man. Dude, it's the greatest exercise. It's one of the greatest exercises that you will ever do for yourself is the box breathing. Staying in that moment of now. I'm telling you, it'll just be like you wake up one day and you'll just see shit vibrating. And it's just like, what am I seeing? Colors will just seem more vibrant to you. People's voices will all of a sudden become clearer. It's like all of your senses are just enhanced because the Superman part of you just got fucking turned on. Pardon my language. To all my younger viewers out there, I apologize. But I'm kind of uncensored in this aspect because that's a blockage of the truth chakra. So we'll see what happens. Thank you to everybody who is joining, by the way. I just noticed that there are 13 people on my Twitch right now. That is incredible. Thank you. And there's 3 people on YouTube. Thank you so much. If you are on the YouTube, and Jake says, and you understand people better. Who do? What do? I do? I'm a little confused. What's the reference point to that statement, Jake? Sorry. That went a little over my head. Obi-Wan! Thank you for Obi-Wan. It is good to see you. Hello there. We're talking about manifestation, my friend, and charging like a battery, how we are bio batteries and we have all the power inside of us that we ever need to change the world. Okay, so, and the topic that we were on right now, Lewis, when your energies are aligned, and you do understand people better, yes, because your empathic senses extend beyond just yours, and you can literally feel what other people are feeling, which lets you know, oh shit, I need to give this person X, Y, or Z, because that's what I would want. That's exactly right. Dude, George says, you are the nicest person I've met. I get bullied a lot. Dude, it is my job to protect the small. It is my job. I have a big shield. I am here for y'all in every way. That's why I'm starting to do more live streams, especially since the TikTok got banned. Because it's like, well, that was 3/4 of the work output that I was doing. Now that gave me the push. That gave me the push that I needed to start committing to the YouTube and everything with you guys here on the Twitch and the YouTube. So, and Jake says people will literally think that you are telepathic. That's true. That's so true. And Obi-Wan Kenobi says, I found out today that I am a star child last night. Opened up a whole new world for me. How did you find out? How did you find out? I would love to know y'all's stories. Yeah, I can follow you back on TikTok. I have a new TikTok. And yes, Obi-Wan, my main TikTok was banned. Yes, they got me, finally. I posted a BBC news report about how, like, the Kuwaiti government and, like, the Italy and, like, 5 or 6 nations' governments all stepped down at the same time. And I just went, dum, da-da-dum, dum, 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 da-da-dum, dum, dum, dum. I did the Krusty Krab intro theme, being goofy. And it got reported, like, 6 times, I guess. And then what it did was when I opened my TikTok, it let me check my stuff. I went to my profile page. It then, like, glitched out. It wouldn't let me post a video. It gave me the little loading screen, fucking spinny loading dial. And, oh, hey, Lux. First time here for a live stream. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. We're talking about manifestation and how you are a bio battery and how, like, we're talking about how the brain works with manifestation and all that. That's what tonight's subject is all about. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining, man. And if you like what you hear, consider giving the channel a sub, okay? That's all I ask. That's the only thing I'm ever going to ask, is that if you're joining me on YouTube or if you're joining me on Twitch, please consider giving my channel a follow to help me grow. I'm never going to charge for anything. Ever. That's not my game. This information is all here for us. Okay? All right. But I want to hear your stories. Oh, you're already subbed? Fantastic. George says he'll go sub. Oh, you're awesome. Y'all are so awesome. Y'all are so awesome. And nah, I won't even ask you to share. I'll let you be the judge of that. No, that's not my place. So you're here. The universe brings you here for a reason. I got have Ligbofa. Oh God, I feel like that's a setup. What is Ligbofa? George says, I hope you grow very much. That is awesome. Lux says, but I love to hear that you're talking about this stuff. I've been studying stuff like this for a little over a year now. That's awesome. And I want to have you on, y'all on my channel who also knows about this. I'm a solo project, so I do all this stuff by myself. And I'm also a documentary.
Got him!
That's awesome. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. George just shared 100 bits on TikTok. I can't believe I just insulted him like that on Twitch. And he said, ha! Got him! Talk about recreating a meme. I love you guys. Y'all are awesome. But Lux said he started at 17 studying this stuff. And I started when I was like 10 or 11. So I completely relate to that, my friend. And I want to hear y'all's stories as well. I can't wait to be able to have people on. That makes my day. So we were talking about how you have multiple brains in your body. Thank you, George, for your follow. You are awesome. So we were talking about how you have multiple brains in your body. Here, let me get this music going again. You have multiple brains in your body. And you have the stomach, but the gut brain. You've got the brain, the mental brain. And in my opinion, I have come up with a third brain, which is your spiritual body's brain, which is your connection to divine source that you maintain like all the time, right? So I figured out that the yin and the yang, that balance, it has its own brain, which is your spiritual body. The astral brain, that's a very good name for it. The astral brain. That's so true. That's your fifth dimensional and above brain. So if there is indeed a fifth... thank you, Jord. I chose it special. I chose the music special. So let me show you guys something. If there is an astral brain, it is going to exist above the crown chakra, which is this. So what you're looking at right now is a reality map that I have created that literally describes the philosophical, physiological nature of how human beings and everything in the universe is created. All right, that's what this map is. This symbol here that looks like the Naruto symbol right here, that's where Naruto got it from. Somebody on their creative writing team probably saw that shit in a dream. This right here is the exchange between mind and spirit. They talk one at a time, one way. Mind talks to spirit, spirit talks back to mind, and body receives the combination. All right, so you need to understand that your mind and your body, your mind and your spirit are always connected. All right? And they talk back and forth all the time. That's your inner monologue. That's why it's so important to talk to yourself. I hate this. I love this. I want more of this. I don't want this. If we are in astral projection, can we see our future? You can see a potential future, and what happens is you learn to reverse engineer that future goal from the decisions that have to be made in order to get there. Yes. An ad? Oh, there was an ad on my Twitch? That wasn't me. I didn't play it. My hands are up here. I did not play an ad. I'm sorry. But you are helping the channel. I love you. I don't play ads on my channel. Twitch does that automatically, which is why I like streaming to primarily YouTube, honestly. I think eventually I'm going to hit the point where I'm only streaming to YouTube. I don't know. So, the question all right, so the mind and the spirit constantly talk back and forth to each other, and the body is constantly adjusting to what the spirit and the mind agree on. If your mind is like, I hate this, I am so done with this person. Oh, okay, you could try Mixer. That's a good point. Thank you, Lewis. He says this guy here knows what he's talking about. Thank you, friend. So when the mind and the spirit agree on something, that's when the body receives it. All right, through the process of this shape here, which is this. That is your brain. So this shape, which is the receiving of the mind and the spirit's information into the body, is the work of the brain here. So the brain is the combination of all of your chakras spinning at once. Okay? And that is what creates our direct physiological nature. Our chakras, believe it or not, are always on. The whole heart, mind, body, spirit, everything. 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 This is everything. Heart, mind, body, spirit, everything. Everything. That is all the chakras from your root to the heart to the crown. Exactly, Jake. He says, we all have experienced knowings, things we can't explain, but things that we know to be true. That is right. That is what happens when all of your chakras come into alignment. That is when the mind and the spirit agree on something and then the body receives it, right? And then that happens through the time delay that it takes for your chakras to spin. And if you don't know this, chakra is actually a word, a Sanskrit word that means spinning disc. It is a vortex of energy. A vortex of energy. The process by which we have learned to pray is this. It's this Merkaba. All right? Me too, Jake. He says he's glad that we're all on the same page. I completely agree, man. I completely agree. Yes. Yes, that's the same thing, Jord. Yes, chakras just like they talk to us about in animes. That's exactly correct. Yes. And I actually did a Reality Decoded episode on chakras. Lux says, so here's a story of mine. I was looking for my debit card for about 2 days, not urgently searching as I had cash, but definitely kept a mental note of it. Then, a very direct thought came into me that I did not feel like it was my own. It basically felt like I became aware of something new naturally. The thought was, it's in your work pants. So obviously I check and boom, it is there. Yes! Yes, dude! Yes! Yes, you got it. You tapped into the higher intuitive source of global consciousness that we all share. What happened in that instant is somehow you aligned all of your chakras from your crown through to your perineum, your root chakra, and that information from the universe was able to go boop, and hit you. It's almost like a spell of remembering. I love it. I love it. I love it. The gift of claircognizance. Thank you, DT. That's exactly right. Thank you. And yes, Jord, Rasengan, yes, that is a projection. That is a projection of chi energy. You have two chakras, a receiving one and a dominant one, a sending one, an electric one that pushes, and a magnetic one that pulls from your dominant and non-dominant hands, man. And chi practice, you can actually feel your energy if you rub your palms for like 30 seconds to a minute. Just rub them, and then kind of do this back and forth. You can feel it. That's how you activate it. Absolutely. So, this right here. Alright, so I told you guys how when the mind and the spirit agree on something, the body then receives it, right? Then what happens is when the mind and spirit agree on something, the Merkaba, which is the power of the mind and the power of the word, they start spinning, they turn on, which is what Western science calls our electromagnetic field that is around every person. Exactly, he puts all of his chi into his punch and makes his fist harder and boom! Yes, that is exactly right. Lux says, a spell of remembering. Wow, I've been trying to find the words to describe what it felt like, and what you said right there hit the spot. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And what's funny is we saw that in Hocus Pocus when she was just like, Wendy, remember, and she put her fingers to her temples. That's a remember spell. You could do the same thing. It's intention. It is all intention, my loves. It's all intention. So, you are walking magic, and that's what I'm here to teach you. I am your walking magic teacher. That is what I'm here for. That's why I'm trying to boost the YouTube channels, get as many people in here as we can, because that's when it's going to be really interesting. Because we're all going to be helping change each other's lives for the better. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. So the secret talks about an interesting statement that I just flipped to right here. It says, the pictures you receive from the transmission of your thoughts are not on a television screen in your living room. They are the pictures of your life. And that is very interesting that I would flip to that, because that's a very good segue to a verse in the Bible that says, the imagination, what you see in your mind's eye, is the substance of things yet to come, and the evidence, it's the substance of things unseen, and it is the evidence of things yet to come. All right, your imagination is the keys to your future. So that spark of daydreaming, that you seeing yourself in that scenario of, like, let me give you an example. I want to play on stage in front of 20,000 people just because I can say that I did that. I see that in my mind's eye, you know? And that projection, that mental visualization that you have of seeing yourself in that scenario is not fake. That's a real time travel that you're doing, okay? Well, it's not time travel, it's more like dimensionally traversing. You are crossing the threshold to find a dimension with which this possibility already exists. You are quantum jumping. That's what's happening. And then you come back and you do this. When the mind and the spirit agree that that quantum jump is what you want, you go through first the process of the Merkaba. You activate the power of your mind, which thinks things down into existence, which is why it's the pointing down triangle. And then you activate the power of your word, which is the pointing up triangle, because you hype things up. And you talk it up. I have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I will be able to earn blah, blah, blah. I want this. I want this. I want it more than anything in my entire life. I want my drum streams to be able to be perfected. I want them to be highest quality audio possible. I want all of this for you. I want to be able to finish my pilot's license. I want to be able to travel and see you all on an individual level. I can't wait. I want to be able to do this and go to TwitchCon. Okay, you have to be atomic knife precise with your desires in life, or else they will not come into your life. I want the brick house with the stone slate on my garage, and I want the front porch that's really wide and has the columns on it, and I want the red brick, and I want the annex. You know, you have to be really, really, really precise. Yes. Yes, Lou. Yeah, man. So the time delay is the process by which the Merkaba, the two triangles, turn on and start spinning. Then your physiological nature through this, the 7 chakras have to align and create and rewrite your physical DNA. Then what happens is your spine updates, and then what happens is, as your manifestation is created, it has to go through all the levels of the ascension process until it manifests in the real world. That's how manifestation works, man. And ladies and gentlemen, it's simple, but it's hard to master. So you have to prolong if this book was the idea in my mind of a goal that I wanted to reach, you have to hold it, which is why it's a lot easier to hold on to a thought of worry than it is to hold on to a thought of 1 million YouTube subscribers, because that thought of 1 million YouTube subscribers is fleeting. But that thought of worry seems like it's a lot heavier, when in reality, all you have to do is, when you have that thought of worry, is go back to the breath for the moment of now for just a few moments and tell yourself internally, I release the negativity and accept only positivity. It is a mantra. A mantra, remember that I said everything is programming, everything is a method, or everything that you do, or everything is a class that you are. So if you activate the method of releasing negativity, you will become less negative. You get it? I love it. You have these, and what's funny is, in Hollywood, this would have been portrayed as like a fireball going across the room, because it is a destructive energy, right? But in Hollywood, they have given it the guise of being a fucking fireball, when in reality, the fire is our word that we have been given the magical, vibrational, energetic influence over. You get it? So that's how all of this works. That's how all of this works. You have to hold on to your dream long enough. You have to stay on that faith street. You have to stay in a place of knowing. Just like this chair is holding me up right now, you have to stay in that place of knowing every single moment of every day. It seems hard but it's not whenever you get in the groove of success. Okay, when you get in the groove of success, it's almost like it becomes an addiction, because becoming better every day is kind of an addiction. It really is. It becomes almost like an addiction. One thing I did wanted to point out on the YouTube video, the number one way to boost the algorithm is the likes and the comments and the watch time. So y'all are awesome. Jake says it becomes second nature. That's true, because muscle memory is a thing. Muscle is like 80%, muscle structure of the muscle fiber is like 70 to 80% water. And water, we know, holds memory. And then we know that from that water memory, it stores the energy that the thoughts have, and thoughts are energy, right? So the thoughts that we have of positivity and light and love is going to manifest in our body's chemistry. I have to go to bed tomorrow. I will come until you stop. Thank you, Jord. Oh, I would love to be on a TED Talk. I would love to do a TED Talk and stuff like that. Bye, friend. Bye, friend. I love the music. The music's really cool. So yeah, we've been going about an hour. This is what you should make a video about. Well, here's the video. Hey, Motocross 911. What's up, bro? What's up? Welcome. Welcome. So I did have a question. These live streams that I do on my YouTube, do you all talk about the things that you're passionate about? Well, here we are, my friend. Here we are. I feel that the 100-something thousand people that followed my TikTok were disappointed whenever they came over to my YouTube and figured out that I didn't have long form videos like this. And now that I'm making them, I really hope that that's what's going to make us grow. Because I want to talk about all these subjects, you know? About like Tesla energy, all that stuff. It's okay, Motocross. Life happens. You're here now. You're here now. You're like a crystal. We go in and out of each other's life, and we come back whenever the calling happens, whenever the vibrations match. So you're back. So obviously there's something from this conversation or me or whatever that you need, and I'm glad you're back. And it is no sweat if you're not here for all of them. I don't expect everybody to be here for every stream. That's improbable. That's irresponsible for me to put that kind of pressure on you. But I do like it when I do see double digits. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I do love seeing a crowd of people in here, man. Thank you, Jord. That's awesome. Can you point out the fact that my shit got fucking banned? Luck says, associating with fear, anxiety, etc. is the same as associating with joy, love, and excitement. I try to express this to people a lot. And when they're negative, but most don't get it. That's so true. And it's just as easy to drop the negative and to pick up the positive. That's so true. That's so true. Hold on, before that, I'm gonna shout you out on TikTok. Okay, Jord. Thank you. That's all I ask, is that y'all shout me out. That's so cool. Thank you. Okay, making sure I didn't miss any of the comments. Okay, so yeah, I think I covered that subject really well. Let's watch some more of the video. All right, let's watch some more of the video. So yeah, he's talking about the pump, the chi pump, how we have that chi energy in us, and Western science calls it cerebrospinal fluid. Jake says, it's the middle of the day here, and I have to go out soon, unfortunately, but this has been great. Yay! What is my new TikTok? My new TikTok is this, my friend. You should be able to find it with the same name, just with an underscore at the very end. At Nick-Leftwich _. I don't know why that didn't send to my Twitch chat. Here. Yeah. Hey, but sometimes we gotta dive into the negative to heal us. That's so true! Carl Jung, okay, wrote a book called The Red Book, and I'm gonna buy this fucking book. It's like 200 pages long. And Carl Jung, it's 2 parts, man. He dives into his spirituality, and he dives into shadow work and all that, and he talks about how until you make the subconscious conscious, it will rule your life, and it will you will call it fate. Yeah, Motocross. Yeah, my main TikTok got banned, man. It had 122,000 followers on it, and it got slapped. It got big ball slapped. Yeah, they bird snapped me real good, man. So, shoot, what was I just talking about? Shoot. Shadow work, thank you. I'm really into it as well. And Carl Jung almost didn't publish his red book because the other half of the red book talks about the mysticism part of it, and he knew that everybody would call him crazy. Sweet. Hey Lux, welcome. Thank you for your sub. Oh wow, thank you. That's awesome. I wonder why it's not showing up. Oh, I know why. Because I don't have this up here. That's why the Twitch stuff is not showing up. So do y'all want me to leave this here, or do y'all want me to take it off like this? If I leave it up, you'll see the alerts that come up here, but it's gonna kind of be blocking some stuff. What would you guys like? I don't mind kind of being up here in the corner. This isn't bad, actually. It kind of frames everything in, doesn't it? This is nice. I'll leave this. This is fine. It's your call. I think I'll leave this. That way you all can come back and see your own chat as well. And yes, this is actually better because now everybody will see what I'm responding to. How about that? They'll see who I'm talking to, whether it's Dimensional Traveler or Slipknot, which is Lewis, or Lux here. You know, they'll see your comments. I think this is a better idea. See, we're growing. We're evolving. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, so yeah, the Carl Jung almost didn't publish his red book because the red book, here, I'll pull it up for you as a matter of fact. I want this so bad. He almost didn't publish this book because he knew everybody would call him crazy, okay? Here, I'll zoom in, I'm sorry. He knew that everybody would call him crazy because this is about like the other half of his research, okay? About how spiritualism and mysticism are one and the same. And I want to get this book, and you see it's $200. It's $200. It's $200. If I had it, I'd buy it, though. Ugh. I want it. We can do it, y'all. We can do it. Could you imagine me being able to buy this book from stream support and being able to make videos about it? Apparently, this is like fully illustrated. It's got calligraphy in it and stuff. He like drew all the pictures in it. Like, this shit's the real fucking deal. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Jake, please have a great night, my friend, or have a great day. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. And another book that I want to get, y'all, is oh no. What do you mean you will cancel your steering wheel? What is that? Man, okay, so hey, let's do some water. Y'all want to do some water magic with me? Let's manifest it. Let's manifest it. I need to drink a bottle of water anyway, and this is the perfect music to do it. Okay, so check this out. Thank you, water. I bless this water, and as I drink it, I am bringing this red book to me by Carl Jung. In order, that which is aligned with spirit is on its way to me right now. And I am putting my attention into this water, that as I drink it, that is how fast this red book will come to me. So that way I may use its information to make videos and help my stream and to put out the highest white light possible information that there is. Thank you. Thank you, water. Thank you, Carl Jung, for taking 15 years to make this book. Thank you. Thank you. So, bless you. I appreciate... As I get this book, I appreciate you. Thank you. Ah, what? Thank you, Jake, for your sub, man. 2 months in a row. Oh, Obi-Wan, too. Thank you. And Motocross. Whoa. Whoa, thank you. Hey, Mabel. Aw, y'all are awesome. Oh, Soccer Boy, thank you. Oh, what? Lux. Oh, because Lux gifted to... Lux, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to gift subs. Lux, you are awesome. How can I thank you enough? Thank you. This is to Lux. And this is to Carl Jung. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Excelente. One of these days, y'all are gonna, what I do is thanks enough. You deserve every bit of what I'm about to do, okay? The Japanese have a thing where I'm very much into Japanese culture because one of my past lives was Japanese, so thank you. Thank you. Domo. George says he did water magic with me. Thank you. Just from being here this short amount of time for my first time, I genuinely love the content and your personality. I love how you spread this knowledge. So I just wanted to help. That burp was not towards you. You are the reason I keep going. Thank you. And we are going to do great things. We are going to do great things. So, what I love about this book is, like I said, Carl Jung literally spent 15 years of his life creating this book from like 1914 or something to 1930, if I'm not mistaken. The collective works of him. Yeah, this book is absolutely incredible. It's a true artist book. Yeah. Thank you, Dimensional Traveler. What is my favorite soda at the moment? Probably, I like Mountain Dew, you know? I've been really into those Bang Energies. These are pretty good, but that's not really like soda. That's an energy drink. But like, I really, actually, you know what? Barks Root Beer. Boom. Barks Root Beer. That's my favorite. Yeah, Barks Root Beer. 100%. Somebody said, bless Carl. Yes, bless Carl Jung. Good Lord, bless Carl Jung. I love it. I love it. So, I love root beer. Yeah. Yeah. It's like one of the greatest things mankind ever invented. Hands down. Okay, so we're talking about the pump, the chi pump. How you literally exhale and inhale and you curl your intestines and everything, and how you pump the cerebrospinal fluid, the CFS, through your system, up and down, up and down. And this is a practice that you do every day. Every day. And the more you do it, the more you activate the Dantian and the Tantien. So, here we go.
You curve down. So you curve everything
Kel
down.
loves orange soda. It's true. Do.
Now. Exhale. Curve enough that you feel, because we have two tendons there. When you curve them, you activate the pump. Okay. So inhale.
Yeah. It's true. Ooh.
Inhale.
I love it.
Smile.
Okay, so here's a fun fact. This exercise here, you can also do laying on your back on your bed and bringing your legs up to your chest like this. But you also have to curl like this whole body action. Okay, you can perform that laying on your back, right? He did. Instead of going on vacation, he spent his entire life creating a book like I'm doing. I've never been on a vacation in my adult life. And I've been doing this career for the last 15 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Breathing in golden light into your spine and your brain. And exhale. Cloudy and gray color out. Sometimes we just
okay, so what he just said is very, very important. I'm going to back that up, okay? He said you visualize the white light coming into your brain. And when you exhale the gray, you're grounding that dark carbon energy. All right?
Exhale. Cloudy and gray color out.
That's important. The visualization. The Bible doesn't say anything about education. The Bible says everything that a man and a woman is, like mankind, is your dreams and your visions. You have to visualize it. You have to visualize it.
Go all the emotional, everything down to the ground. When you do for a while, you rub your hand warm. And the sacrum and your cranial.
Yeah, and you cover it.
When you rest for a while.
And what he's talking about is right here. What he's talking about is right here at the, if you can still hear me, it's at the base of your cranium, the brain stem. When you rub your hands together, you want to cover it just like that. And then the other one is right here. Exactly right there. And when you charge this, It is literally sending a flow of energy in here and out here. And it recycles. And you're cleaning out all of the nasty material. Yes. Thank you, Lewis. He says you're giving out great techniques to beat the melancholy goblin. Thank you. Thank you.
You can really feel like...
And this is lives that I could do every day, y'all. These are live, I say low energy. They're high energy, but I mean like, it doesn't take much for me to put the information together to do this kind of a presentation. You know what I mean? So if you guys like this, this is what the channel is pretty much going to be, in addition to the reality decoded clips that I do about literal special topics, okay? With other video clips that I'm going to put in them. It's going to be a combination of me talking like this, possibly like this, but the screen will go full screen, obviously, and it'll just be cleaner. You know, it'll just be more filmography.
Feel that warm. Your second warm and your cranial. This is the cranial.
I just hope that we grow, y'all. I just hope that we grow. God, I hope we grow.
We lie a 24-story high.
All right, so what's amazing about that is I remember in a past live stream that I told you guys that we are like the compressed versions of the light bodies that we are on the hard drive that is the flat disk of the fabric of space and time in third-dimensional reality. When you write information to a hard drive on a computer, it is writing literal light, photonic light, into a hard drive, into bits and scripts of ones and zeros. That is us. It is compressing it. And if we were our original size, we would be big enough to take over the universe. The Tao knew this. The Taoists, they knew this. The Hindus, they believe this. Okay, they knew this, and Western science is catching up to it. This is why the CIA declassified information about the hemisync gateway process said that when you meditate, the electromagnetic field that is around your brain becomes 40-something thousand kilometers wide, which is literally the planet.
When we stand up, we lie a 24-story high. When you move them,
I will check that out, DT.
and now when you can feel them, okay.
And that's exactly right, Lewis.
Something are moving, energy moving. We call you beginning practicing the chi.
Okay.
The energy, the chi flow.
The chi force.
So chi flow. So when you feel that warm.
Jord asks, what is a past life? Okay, a past life. Every single soul that exists has had to go through the wheel of samsara, karma and dharma, the ups and downs of life. Samsara, when you get to the end of it, your karmic lessons, whether you ascended high enough on your soul's ascension to attain the higher vibrational densities, which is what we're going into now. Okay, that's why everybody is pretty much like ascending in this lifetime, because science and spirituality are finally merging. Everybody has no choice but to ascend. Okay, enlightenment is going to be the new baseline. Yes, that is exactly, it's our ancestors that we were. It's who we came from, our genetic hereditary inheritance. That's what a past life is.
So chi flow. So when you feel that warm night and you host and you rest for a moment, you smile. And you feel your whole spine nice.
Yep.
And you inhale, that's how the fluid go up. When you inhale, the fluid go up. When you exhale.
And what's amazing about this is where he said when you rub your hands together and touch the two parts of it and then you exhale and inhale, you get to the point where you don't need to do that. You can put your focus, your intention on that spot, your consciousness, the activated awareness part of you that goes to whatever you put it to. You can put it into a specific body part to heal. You can do any of that. It's all real.
The fluid go down. Inhale.
Somebody just said, is vaping bad for you? Everything is bad for you. I vape because I don't want to smoke. It's a lesser of two evils, honestly. And I'll quit this eventually. So, but it's 4 ingredients versus 4,000 ingredients, including cyanide and stuff like that in cigarettes. So yeah. Lewis means famous warrior. That's awesome. I didn't know that. Lux says, I often get intense ringings in my ears when I'm trying to communicate with my guides. That's death bells. Or when I'm researching stuff. Or when I ask a question to myself without trying to talk to my guides, I have completely connected its meaning, or I haven't completely connected the meaning, or how to use it to communicate better, and I was wondering if I had any insight. Yes. 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 Okay, so, oh no, Lewis, I have to have the nicotine. I am full-blown addicted. It's a vice. I'll get over it eventually, and it's fine. I am completely aware of it, but it's something that I use in moderation. So I understand. You'll see me vape, but I try not to advocate for vaping. I do advocate for vaping over smoking. And I advocate for like weed over crack. So, okay, Jesus didn't say that we had to be clean. Jesus just said that moderation is the key. Your body is a temple. 1 foot in the spiritual world, 1 foot in the physical world, okay? I'll take my chances. I'm sorry. I try not to put a bad influence on people, and I hope that you all don't take that as me being a hypocrite. It's not, no, that's not my intentions. No, it is just, I know my faults, and I am willing to admit my faults, and I am willing to try to be better. I will admit that my nicotine range has gone from like a 14 and 12 down to a 3. So I'm vaping less nicotine. I guess that counts. You know, I guess that counts. I hope that counts. Excuse me. So I am in such a good place right now. I hope you guys can see. I hope guys and gals can see that I'm a good way to feel is to limit your vape. That's true. That is very true. That's a very good way to put. Okay, so I would actually be much more apt and ready to quit this because I feel that like energy drinks and stuff like this, caffeine is a lot worse for you than nicotine. Honestly, the research that I've done about that, caffeine is far worse than nicotine. Caffeine, both of them are what's called an astringent. A stimulant, astringent. What they do is they go to the... All right, so you have a natural receptor in your brain that caffeine counteracts, or like nicotine counteracts. And I forget what it's called, but what it does is it naturally accumulates tiredness over the day, and then eventually it gets to the point where there's so much tiredness in those receptors that you just fall asleep. But caffeine goes into those receptors and it blocks it, and it says, nah, we're gonna stay awake. All right, that's why things like meth and hardcore drugs like that are so bad, because it directly changes the chemistry of your brain to not be that of a human. Sleep medicine is really good because what that does is it gives you a boost of the melatonin that you need to go to sleep. Melatonin is natural, okay? Melatonin is completely natural. Now, you don't want to take melatonin all the time. What I do for that is like the first 3 days, I limit myself to 3 days on medicine because it takes like 3 days to 7 or to a week or so to build a habit. And I limit myself to 3 days. I will take 3 days out of a week to take the medicine, and then the other days I don't take the medicine. And that seems to be a really good balance for not like depending on something. And I've been able to take like 1 or 2 sleep medicines a week to be able to keep my sleep schedule normal. And especially, it's really great for me now that I have the new the new stream schedule at 8 p.m. Because now I can go to bed at like 11 or 12 if I want. Or if I choose to do like a really long stream, I can make up for it the next day. So it's not that big of a deal. And as the YouTube continues to grow, and YouTube continues to recognize my content, and it recommends it more and more, we will have more and more reception. So, yeah, taking sleep medicine every night it's not the worst thing in the world, man. Okay, Lewis says he's got a question. When we sleep, do you ever have a dream when you feel like you are free falling from a building, then you just jolt up in your sleep? Yes. What that is your physical, all right, your mind is still awake, but you have allowed, that is a form of meditation, actually. That's actually one of the goals in TM, Transcendental Meditation, is for that to happen. It happens to be all the time. I've gotten so used to it, I don't even wake up when it happens anymore. I just jerk, and then I stay in that locked mind frame of being asleep. So what's happening there is your physical body has fallen asleep, and it thinks that there has been this disconnect between you're dying. It thinks that you're dying, so you jolt. And sometimes what happens to me is it feels like I forget to breathe, and then the next thing that happens is I start breathing again, and I'm just like, damn, did I just die? No. There has just been this disconnect between your consciousness that is still awake and your mental state going to sleep, and you have allowed your physical body to go to sleep. You have actually done proper meditation. So yeah, I feel like streaming at 8 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time is perfect, because that's 5 p.m. on the Pacific Coast. It's 7 p.m. Central Time. So yeah. Yeah, waking up in cold sweats is not good. That means that there is something going on with your physical body that's disagreeing with that. Like, you're getting, maybe you're too warm, too cold, stuff like that. And yes, being human can be entirely too uncomfortable. It really, really is. So if you guys wouldn't mind, I actually need to step out and use the restroom really fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up the music for just a moment, and I'm going to step away. I need to use the restroom, so I will be right back, okay? Okay, let's listen.
So your sacrum and lumbar have to move because the Tao said we have 7 pumps. Very important because
Chakras, 7 pumps.
If we sit too long, we sit on a pump.
Okay.
And the pump don't work.
Yep.
Okay.
When it don't work, what we do? We tired, exhausted.
Yep.
Okay.
And we depending on coffee, or some people depending on the smoke to stimulate the body to keep up. We fool the body to give us energy.
Okay. Okay.
That is our key.
Okay.
And now this is the flow. Now we have 2/3 of the fluid is in here.
Yep.
2/3 of the fluid. So we started with the spinal fluid.
spinal fluid.
Then that breathing technique was to get the spinal fluid going. Okay. And you would do that longer normally?
Do I need to turn it up at all, y'all?
Rest, feel the energy flow. Another 9.
9. Okay.
If you do 9, 9,
Cool.
18, or 20, or 36, that's a good number.
That's right, Jord.
So you do that and you rest.
A happiness filter.
Feel the
That's
flow.
right.
That is how we call energy.
Okay.
You feel chi flow.
Okay. And then you warm your hands and you put it here afterwards.
Because
Just to
there's
feel.
a 2 pump.
Okay.
2 big pumps.
Just to warm them up. Okay.
To warm them up and you feel there's something moving.
Okay.
Yep.
And you do this sitting down, or you can do that standing up too?
Standing up is the best.
Is the best for that exercise. Okay. Okay.
The
All right.
same exercise. But the next one we divide here because this is the fluid, right?
This is the most important part.
The more important part because 2/3 of the fluid come in here.
Okay.
Yep.
Because we have all the organs. We have the liver takes so much blood, kidney takes so much blood, stomach, small intestine. When we eat, so much blood coming to take nutrition and everything. There's so much blood.
Right.
And the whole key is the sickness.
The Mayans knew.
The sickness come from that when the fluid don't flow.
Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah, the Mayans knew that.
Now every sickness comes.
Okay.
The Mayans totally knew that.
Million and million of methods try to fix this organ problem.
When you walk through like a Western hospital and you see all these sick people, do you just think, man, why don't they just get breathing, get the
Yes.
fluid moving, and then half of them would be out of the hospital?
That's it.
All of them would be out.
Yeah, I have so many students that come to me. They're so sick. Like in France this time, they said, I came here 2 days only. They said, I feel so much better. Just by this breathing, by the fluid flow, aware of the fluid flow, and aware that Dantian can store chi. And now they have, because they drain themselves and they don't, you keep on using your mobile telephone and you don't charge them.
All of it,
It's
Jord.
gone. Okay.
Okay.
So now it's very
now
simple.
abdomen,
In here
okay.
we said we have lower abdominal,
Yeah.
middle,
Okay.
upper.
Okay.
So lower part we have sexual organ,
Okay.
and we have elimination. That is the last intestine. In here we have small intestine, the absorption and kidney, and here we have all the digestion. People don't care about that. Okay, and people so stressful. Stress we call now the Western the definition is that stress is when you in stress we call fight and flight response. You are go to war.
Fight or flight. That's right.
Okay. Fight or flight response with stress. Okay.
Right. And now, when you are in the resting mode, you are in rest and digestion.
Okay.
But when you stress, digestion nearly slow down or non-digestion.
Okay.
Now, no food supply. We're gonna lose the war. So you very simple. You exhale, fatten down the stomach. Inhale.
So there's something to that though, because there's also a belief about depression that says you can't honestly expect to beat depression if you never even give your body a fighting chance. Okay, depression is not just like an inflammation of the brain, but it is a out of balance chemical compound that your brain is having with your body. And I kind of believe it has everything to do with these chi, with your chakras, with chi, all of it. So by balancing it all, it allows you to transform your body, just rewrite the fabric. I'm not saying this is what medicine does. That's cool, Sam. Hell yeah, man. He says, I feel less stressed now since I started to watch more of your videos, and your voice is much deeper. That's great, man. Yeah, depression is awful. Depression is absolutely awful. It's one of the worst. Depression and regret, in my opinion, are the two most powerful forces, negative forces in the universe, period. Period. Okay. So I just wanted to point that out real fast. All right, here we go.
Lose the walk. So you very simple. You exhale, flatten down the stomach. Inhale, you push your finger out. And some people in a warmer place, they can use the mouth.
Yep.
And when you nighttime, you rest. You see, and you feel. The qigong is this. After you exercise, you rest, you feel the energy, and you learn how to control, and you learn how to guide the energy and the fluid flow. Energy flow, wind. When wind blow, the wave go. When no wind, no wave.
Okay.
When no wave, oh my God, you in the seaside, you say, oh my God, it's so hot. And the fish and everything cannot grow also.
Okay.
No wind, no chi, no nothing flow.
I love that. I love that because that's what it is. Yeah, that's truly what it is. It is overthinking pain. And when you're not in the flow, you are just not in a state of receiving like that. And mean people destroy your vibes. Yeah, it really does, bro. It's the worst. It's the worst thing ever.